Okay, so in the winter, there can often be icy conditions. And sometimes we call certain ice black ice. And that's if you can see right through the ice to maybe the black asphalt underneath or whatever colors underneath. It doesn't have to be black, but it means you just can't see the ice. It looks like you're just seeing the road or the sidewalk. And that can be especially dangerous because you don't realize that it's there. But any ice at all, even if you see it, it can be dangerous and slippery, and falls can be unfortunately common. But here's some tips to prevent falls as much as possible. So buy boots with good traction, like I said before. Buy some crampons to put on your boots if you have to walk a lot to the bus or that kind of thing. Maybe for some reason you own a house, then you need to buy some ice melt salt. It's salt that comes in big pellets. I read that it's similar to table salt, but you never know what they add into it. So I would never eat it. But you just sprinkle it all over your porch stairs, the sidewalk near your home, the driveway, and it starts to melt the ice. And it also provides some friction, some traction for when you're walking. And hopefully your landlord and other people will regularly do that right away in the morning, sprinkle that salt. And so when you're walking on other people's property, try to walk where you see that others have sprinkled the salt. You can probably see it on the ground. Try to walk slowly. Give yourself more time to get places. If you know you have to be at the bus, and usually in the summer it takes 10 minutes, now maybe give yourself something like 20 minutes so that you can go extra slowly if you need to. And I just heard this tip to walk like a penguin. I'd never heard that before, and I'm going to try it this year, but we're going to link to a video below this, link to a video below this video so that you can see how walking like a penguin could help you maintain your balance. Always look where you're going. Maybe you can hold on to something like a tree branch or something if you're trying to go over a particularly slippery place. Or try walking in the snow beside the sidewalk. Sometimes people have walked so much on a certain icy area and it's refrozen, but there's still snow on the side. Then walk on the snow instead. Usually it's not as slippery. Okay, so when driving, hopefully you have your Service Ontario driving handbook. So here's an example of one. If you don't have one, you can go to the Service Ontario centers. They have a green sign in the front, and they can have one for you. They're not too expensive. Maybe I think it was $15, and it has more details about driving in the winter. So you definitely should read that if you're driving. Give yourself a lot more time, again, to get somewhere. If it usually takes 15 minutes to drive, maybe give yourself 20 minutes to half an hour. Because you never know how slow you're going to have to drive, and you don't want to be in a hurry. Make sure to slow down when there's poor visibility. So sometimes in a snowstorm, you just can't see very well. So you should not be driving the same speed that you normally drive when you can see well. And then, if it's icy or there might be ice, again, slow down. It'll make it easier to stop if you need to, if you start to slide or something like that. Slow down earlier for yellow and red lights so you don't have to slam on the brakes. In the summer, it suddenly you notice, it turned red. You can quickly touch the brake, you're probably okay. But in the winter, it's possible if you slam on the brakes that your wheels will start skidding and you'll slide a little bit. And that can be a little bit scary. So it's better that if you see the lights coming up and you're not sure yet when it's going to be yellow or red, just slow down a little bit. Start slowing down so you'll be ready to slow down once it is yellow or red, or you'll be ready to stop. This is an excellent tip, and unfortunately it's also an expensive one, but buy winter tires and get them replaced, get them put on in October, and then usually taken off around April when all snow is hopefully gone, and you will have much better traction on the ice. I used to not have winter tires. I wanted to save money, but once I followed my uncle's advice and got them, it was much better driving. I rarely skid at all. Not perfect. It is still possible to skid, but much better. Yeah, and if the weather is very bad, weather forecasters may recommend not driving at all if you can. So sometimes you just might have to stay home because it's just not good for driving.